Welcome back to another Millennial in Debt YouTube video. I am so happy to have you here. If you are brand new, please don't forget to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video every single week. This video was requested from our Instagram question DM kind of thing that we do every now and then. If you are not following us on Instagram, make sure you hit the link down below. We are Millennial in Debt on Insta as well. And like I mentioned, this video was requested. So I am a first generation student. I am also a first generation person kind of navigating my financial life on screen for you to see, as well as in my nuclear family. So I am of Haitian and Jamaican descent, mostly Haitian, but I've got some Jamaican family sprinkled in my life all around. And I was the first person in my nuclear family to go to a 4-year university, as well as get my degree, purchase my own home, and kind of navigate my financial life. So I have some experience of what it's like doing things first, doing things wrong, learning from all those mistakes, and teaching your family, especially your parents, what the hell is going on exactly with your money and with your college life and all of that good stuff. So I have 2 younger brothers. One is 23, one is 26. They both have gone off to university as well and have learned from their big sister's mistakes, what not to do and what exactly to do. So I'm going to come on here to tell you what you need to do and what not to do. Besides just being a student, these types of tips and advice also go for people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, who are first generation and still trying to navigate this whole debt-free financial life. Okay, so let's get into it. I think I've had a pretty good introduction at this point. The first thing you need to do, especially when you're going to be entering school for the first time or going back to school, is you need to ask questions. When you are a first generation child in your household, there are a lot of things that you do not know because your parents did not experience them here in this particular country. So besides them not having the experience and not knowing, there's also the pressure that you feel as a first generation child to do really well, to make them proud, to achieve things that they haven't achieved, or to achieve what they want from you because they had to work so hard for you to get to this step and they had to work so hard for you to be here in this country. So asking questions sometimes brings a lot of shame, and asking questions makes us feel like you're weak or you don't know what's going on or you don't know anything, and that's simply not true. The fact is, we don't have our parents to kind of guide us through a lot of the application process, the financial aid process, the school process, the home purchasing process. It's very difficult to do it without your parents, and if you don't ask questions, you are going to be entering a sinking ship, my friend. I went to a private high school, which also was another thing that brought a lot of shame because I should know how to do this. I should already have this figured out. So if I don't know, then I must be stupid. I must have not paid attention in some type of class or something. But the fact is, no one's teaching these things. So if you don't ask questions, you won't get answers, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. Speak up. Ask about things you need, ask about things you want, ask about things you don't understand, because you don't want to be like me coming out of college at 22, 21 years old with $80,000 in student loan debt and not understanding exactly how you're going to pay for it. So you need to ask about Pell Grants, you need to ask about scholarships, you need to ask about what you can do for work study and things like that, so that when you graduate, your life is not tied to this heavy ball and chain of student loan debt. It is the same exact thing when you are trying to purchase a home. I made a lot of mistakes when purchasing my home simply because I did not ask the right questions, or I did not know the right questions to ask, which leads me to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is you need to do your research. You need to do your research about every single aspect of where your money is going to go or where you're going to get this money for school, because if you do not, and you make a decision because someone's kind of like forcing you, or you think it's what your parents want, at the end of the day, yes, you want to make your parents proud, but you also don't want to make your life miserable. And that's exactly what is going to happen if you avoid asking questions and you avoid doing research. We do not know everything, and we do not have the luxury of the people that came before us, right, to tell us exactly what it is that we need to do. So when I purchased my home, I did not know that I needed to get my own inspector to inspect the home. I thought that the appraiser from the bank was going to come and appraise and tell me the value of the home. And if I knew the value of the home and it was more than what I was paying for it, then I was good. That's wrong. You need to have your own inspector, and my inspector should have been in this home, inspecting the quality of the things in the house. So one, I would know what the hell is in this house that's working and not working, or problems or things that need to be fixed. I would know if I should rescind my offer and take it back and not purchase this home, or I would know if I could get a better deal and give a lower offer because, hey, the entire bathroom needs to be redone, or hey, we have sloping floors. Things that I learned once I moved in, but not things that I knew because I had an inspector. So ask questions, do research, because when the money starts coming out of your pocket, it doesn't matter if your parents are proud or not. What matters is, shit, how am I going to pay for all of these things that I didn't know because I was trying to be hot shit as the first generation child in my family to do something major and something big. That's not going to fly in the real adult world. It simply is not. Okay. The third tip, or the third thing that you need to know as a first generation, especially from the Caribbean, especially trying to navigate your finances as an adult, or if you're going into school or going back to school. And this is going to come as a bit of a shock, because it's come as a bit of a shock for me now, even at 31 years old. Do not be afraid to say no. And that means saying no to different experiences and opportunities that do not fit your needs. That is being able to say no to your parents. That is being able to say no to other family members that are sticking their nose in your business, and they're not offering any dollars to throw into your business, right? Don't be afraid to say no. As a first generation child, I was always afraid to say no. One, yes, of course, your parents, you don't want to say no to your parents because they will knock you into next week. They brought you into this world. They could take you out, blah, blah, blah. We know the spiel, right? So you don't want to say no to your parents. You don't want to say no to opportunities and experiences, because that is why your parents fought to get you into this country and to get you into these doors and to get you into these schools. But sometimes saying no is the best answer that you can give, at least in the current present moment of your life. There were so many things that I did in college that I should have said no to because I was in a rush. Okay, I got my bachelor's and master's degree in 4 years. That's a wonderful little fun fact that I like to throw around every now and then. A wonderful little fun fact that my parents love to throw around all the time, right? Their first daughter got 2 degrees and one. First of all, I put unnecessary amounts of stress on myself. I don't know what the rush was that I couldn't do the program in the allotted 5 years. I don't know why I was trying to keep up with any Joneses. And because I did it in the shorter time, I had to take a lot more winter and summer courses. You don't get financial aid in winter and summer. I didn't know that. And because I didn't ask questions, because I didn't do my research, and because I refused to say no when my advisors were like, yeah, girl, this is amazing. Or when my parents were like, oh my God, we're so proud. You need to keep doing, keep going. I had to take out an extra $20,000, $30,000 in loans to cover my winter and summer semesters because I was trying to, keep up with the Joneses and refuse to say no. So you need to say no when experiences do not suit the present moment of your life. And that's for everything, but especially for your finances. Same thing, another example. I'm full of examples. When moving into my own home, I turned 30 last August, and I really wanted to be in my own home by the time I was 31. That wasn't something I really told anybody. That wasn't really something I mentioned, but it was the driving force for me to push forward and do things so quickly and not really ask for help or wait for people. So I pushed and I was able to move 6 months or 5 months after I turned 30. And I was just like, yes, okay, I hit that mark that I was looking to meet. And again, what was my rush? What was I trying to run out here to do? Because I didn't want to be 30 years old living in my parents' house. Okay, it's not an awesome statistic, but if I had taken the time and done what I was supposed to do and told myself no and told society no, like I don't have to rush to move out of my parents' house when I know I'm not financially ready, then I would have been in a much better predicament 365 days later today here talking to you. So that's just something to keep in mind. Do not be afraid to say no. Okay. The next tip or advice that I have for you as a first generation student, first generation person navigating your adult life, your financial life, your school life, whatever we want to call it, is craft a plan and have 3 exit strategies, right? So 3 different ways that you can get out of that plan or that you can navigate that plan. And the reason that I'm saying 3 specific exit, you can have as many as you like, but 3, at least 3, is because 1, you want to have an exit strategy for when everything goes 100% the way you want it to, which is very rare, but sometimes when it does happen, sometimes when life goes exactly the way that I planned and wanted it to, I don't know what to do next. I have no idea how to accept that, oh snap, like what I wanted happened and now I don't know where to go next, right? And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to come out with an internship and get a great job and then actually don't have the experience to do well in that job, right? The second strategy that you want to have in your exit strategy is if things go kind of your way but not 100%. I don't know how to deal with things not going my way, and it's a weird space when some things work and some things don't in that one plan. So you've got like 50% of what you want. I don't know how to navigate that because I feel like I shouldn't be disappointed even though I didn't get 100% of what I wanted. But I also feel like the 50% I didn't get is at the top of my head and I'm not embracing the part that did work out. So you want to kind of think about, okay, well, if some of these things happen, then this is what my exit strategy will be for this plan. And the third exit strategy that you want to make for your life plan, your financial plan, is if 100% of things go wrong, which is usually what I have to deal with, right? And again, like I said, I don't like not getting my way. I don't think anybody likes not getting their way. I don't know how to navigate not getting my way very easily. It's always something I have to reteach myself. So you want to just have a plan and set for when your plan doesn't go the way you've planned, right? So how are you going to deal with not getting approved for a student loan? How are you going to deal with not getting approved for your mortgage? How are you going to deal with having to live at your parents' house for another year? How are you going to deal with not getting the job of your dreams? How are you going to deal with being unemployed for a year? Those are things that you want to think about because 9 times out of 10, life is not going to go your way. And as a first generation child, as a first generation student, as a first generation person navigating adulthood, when things don't go our way, we don't have the luxury to sit back and be like, you know what? Mom and dad got it. Or you know what? I could just go ask my parents. No, I cannot, because if I don't get approved for this mortgage or if my closing didn't go through, my parents really aren't in the place. They don't have the means to kind of fix everything, right? So I got to fix it myself. So have 3 exit strategies for when life doesn't go as planned, when life does go as planned, or when life kind of gives you 50-50, some lemons and some limes, okay? And the last and final tip that you want to have or know when when you are a first generation person in this world is you need to find a tribe. You need to find a squad of other first generations. We are not alone out there. We are not the only people who are trying to figure shit out. So I have a lot of close friends where their family is from Jamaica, from Trinidad, from Barbados, and we all were figuring out this thing in college. We all were figuring out applications. We all were trying to get jobs in 2010 when the market wasn't so great. So because I had them, I knew we came from similar places. We were able to have conversations. We were able to bounce ideas off each other, ask each other questions. And that really made a lot of the difference in the decisions I made, as opposed to if I was just shooting blind or kind of just only surrounding myself with people who had like trust funds or people who were generations in this country. So it's a very different conversation you have with those types of people. And that is it. That's all I got for you. Hopefully this video was very helpful. Hopefully you find people in the comments who could become your tribe or squad. I could become a part of your tribe or squad. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.